integrated Buddhist principles with modern sciences, fulfill its role of producing enlightened StudentOrientation.com, she worked as a multinational technology and consulting corporation, IBM, with her last married her passion for service, education, and tech to create a three-pronged strategy for successfully work Forbes Asia Power Business Asia list. He was honored as most inspiring woman in travel Asia hospitality sector at the Inspiring Women in Travel Asia Awards.
That I stand before such enlightenment is an inspiration to countless beings, including myself. And saying very humble to share with you today on my point of view. Today I would ask to talk about the world challenges and Buddhist wisdom, which I probably talk much more about the world challenge and the wisdoms that I also personally carry forward from the principle of our Lord Buddha, and that has actually helped me carry through my. So before I start, I would like to also share with you, we're talking from many crises, and when we talk about all this is an external issues and challenges. And if I'm going to name a few that I categorize on, what are the challenges that we are looking at right now, one which is actually very profound The first one is about environmental challenges. And I think not many people talk about these environmental challenges. I would say that that is actually called the air turbulence. Statistic, we will face more and more that same type of turbulence, and that's because of the climate changes that we are facing. So no matter who we are, no matter what segments, whether roles that we're playing, I believe that one of the constant reminder that we all need to think about is how we can protect. And I need not to talk about the example more, but I hopefully that you all in the room would be able to share with me on this concern. ขอบคุณนะคะ The second area is about the health crisis. I've never known this few years ago in 2020, start by end of 2019. Since I'm right now handling or managing the hospitality segment, we face some of the pandemic, the challenges like bird flu, some of the situation back in 2008, 2009. The maximum period that we got impact by those situations is about not more than 6 months, and everything recover back to the same level. This time we were capacity, we need to diverse our main powerhouse of the world. Americas, Europe, try to connect and align in order for them to become self-sustained and still become a powerhouse of the world. At the same time, part of the world, Oriental part of the whether that would be a World War III I would say that, if you think about World War III as in the same form of World War One and Two, you're probably not seeing drastically right away. But I've already and also America, as I said, some, happening also in Asia as well. So everywhere. So that is actually the world we lived in. And also the other thing that we cannot, overlook, and even if all the venerable monks, the technology is also something that come and disrupt us. But I always believe that technology does not really disrupt us or replace us. It's actually people who use technology, who knows how to apply themselves to the new technology, will disrupt us. So through the enlightenment path, the impact would be not only to yourself, the impact, the value of the wisdom that come to yourself, countless in terms of this technology. You can ask for you to guess with me all the Gen X before, Gen X, Generation Y, Generation the same millennial, and also Generation Z or Generation Z. I would let you guess. Venerable, and also by the way, I must apologize. Really want to share their wisdoms. Some of them right now using a lot of TikTok, using a lot of social media like YouTube's, and those generations who we want to influence them with this wisdom. So can generate an impact. The other thing is of course the been changed. When people come and talk to me, majority of the times they will ask me about the business trend, they will ask me about the business issues, on how we're going to address it, how we're going to recover. few shape of recovery. The K is pretty much that in even the same industry or in the same business, and cannot adapt and cannot transform. When we look into our GDP of the country, I'm not sure whether you're aware that the GDP of the country, Thailand, is 2%. Profit, if you look into the record, it's growing like this, whereby small and people on the rank and file level and people that have the small business, their growth is actually like this. Externally, and if you like to share with me on that, all this happening external would impact us very, very badly in husband would be able to come home with all the earning that can help. Or if I'm the one, which is actually I am the one who in the business, who in the positions that I need to raise some money, earn something to raise my family, could be in very distressed situation. So technology before, as Prakun Chao just mentioned, I was with IBM for 23 years, both locally and at headquarters in New York. I worked in IBM for 23 years. I worked in the telecommunications for 4.5 years, and now I am my experience and my leadership. And the way that I navigate myself through this is because of Buddhist wisdom. And I'm not just sharing this to trying to gain some, the votes from. I'm not going to go for any kind of election anytime soon. But I said it because it's real. Because when we find a very, so many dynamic and situations that I just shared with you just now, and that is only like 10% of what actually happening. The only reason that we can stay sane and not going insane and be able to navigate ourselves through and being recognized by so many institutions in the country and outside of the country is through inner peace, is through the mindfulness, it's through the wisdoms that I learned from the Lord Buddhas. So I'd like to also share with you a little bit about that. First of all, as I mentioned, I work in the technology. I work in telecom communications, space technology, and also hospitality. The role of the leader is to being stable. Particularly when there is a situation, when there is the problem and challenges. Most recently, when the company faced the situation during COVID, many people in the hospitality decided to reduce their cost of operation. And the major cost of operation is pretty much people, because hospitality run by people. So what they've done, majority, is to let go all their people in order to save the company. I did differently. What I have done, if I keep all the people, and not only that, I actually not even reduce their pay. I reduce my self-pay. I'm not, receive the pay, the salary and things like that, but I don't let my staff reduce their pay. One staff, one of my employee, would probably carry about few life in their family. They probably have 5, 6, 7, 10 people that they need to take care of. And in the service business like me, the revenue, the salary, the payroll is very small. What they can get is also the thing called service charge. So if you go to, by the way, the monks probably not going to the restaurant and the hotels yourself, but for those individuals that going, when you see the line called service charge, that is their additional earning. So these people not earn much. They earn through the service charges. And if I reduce their base salary and no service charge because there's no service to provide, because there's no guests coming, the world has stopped, hotel has to close, restaurant has to close. It's like that pay is already been reduced. So what can we do, right? So therefore I decided, no, I'm not doing that. I will keep everyone. But I also have another key stakeholders to manage, which is actually my shareholders. Because every month during the times in year 2020, I have the burning cash that I have to pay for all the staff that I kept, about 200 to 300 million baht a month, with zero earning. So what can I do to ensure that our shareholders agree for me to do that? And if it is for 3 months, then probably they're okay with me. But I'm talking 3 years. So that is actually where we need other business plan in order for them to understand and buy the story, buy the strategy. So therefore, I diversify my business. In fact, I started diversify my business prior to COVID. I didn't know about COVID, but as a group CEO in year 2016. Prior to that, about 95% of the revenue of my group depends from hotel business. And I think it's actually quite risky if something happened. And yes, it's really happened. The COVID happened in 2020, about 4 years after I joined. But I already did diversify. So my storyline and my the message that I provided to the shareholder is for them to believe in my diversified story. So I diversify from being focused in hotels. I create a business called food. Right now, the food business is doing quite well, and the food business is about to be listed in the stock market very soon, in a very short period of time. I diversify myself to do the real estate, only very selected real estate project, which is actually the Dusit Center Park project at the corner of Silom and Solumpini in the center of Bangkok. And also I have the education business, and I also have hospitality and services business. So after this storyline being conveyed, revenue to support the staff. Now, this is actually long story short. I joined the group in 2016 with 27 properties that we managed at the time. Now I have about 350 properties. At that time, we actually cover about 8 countries. Now we cover 20 countries. And we used to have, at that time, prior to me joining them, they have about 4 brands. Dusit Thani, Dusit D2, Dusit Devarana, and Dusit Princess, the Princess brand. Currently, we now have 10 brands. And from 1 business unit, now we have 5 business units that I just mentioned to you. So with all this, I would come to the underlining Buddhist principle. So what that I use to carry myself forward. The first one, and I actually have to look into my notes because I'm not good at it. All right, on this Buddhist, and I would like you to also, sharing your thought about this. The first one that I pretty much do it, on a day-to-day living is about Pramavihara 4, Pramvihansi, because it is a practice of unconditional love and goodwill towards all beings, and all beings in this case is my staff. I want to ensure that I supporting them during the normal times, as the nothing happening. So it's the first one, metta, right? And when there's a crisis, I also portray pretty much on karuna, because it helps compassion and ensure that we put ourselves into their shoe, sympathy. If they are in the situation, how would they feel? And so therefore, I decided to do something differently. And of course, if they're doing well, I promote them as a champion. During the time, which is actually mudita, right? During the times, I myself cannot navigate the whole to 20,000 staff during the times of COVID. Through all this change. So what I have done is then I ask everyone to offer their input. Since we have no revenue and I have to keep you all as a family here, what can we do? So I got so many good ideas from them. It's actually not come from me at all. I'm actually not that good. They actually come up with the plan, say, Kun Supaji, we cannot open the restaurant. But what we can do is we can sell the food outside of the hotel, outside of the restaurant, in front of the restaurant, in order for us to still have some revenue. And for those who has their vehicle, like motorcycles and also car, they're saying that they offer themselves to deliver when someone call an order. So we create, this as an initiative, as a first group in the country. I don't know other country, but in Thailand we've done that. In other country, I have a different way of managing. But in Thailand, because we pretty much 100% closed down. In other country like Maldives, Middle East, that we have the presence there, we never closed the hotel even one single day. All right. So anyway, come back to Thailand and that story. So food selling, from delivering the food. you know already that my burning cash in a month is about 200 to 300 million baht. With this food selling in front of the hotel, you think it would help me much? Not really. But what it helped is the engagement. What it helped is a team spirit. It's some hope that everyone feel that we can do together. เอาละค่ะถ่ายรูปแล้วค่ะ So I thought you're gonna chase me down. I'm still okay ใช่ไหมคะพระอาจารย์ยังโอเคอยู่นะคะ So where am I? Okay, so we have engagement, we have compassion, we actually have the team spirit. So therefore we go through the change and the difficulties. So I always believe that the leadership will be very important during the crisis. You can create two-way street here. You can create an engagement and you can create a change, an impact, positive impact, or you can do differently. So I've try different way. But of course, when they come up with the idea, I also tell them some principle. I said, okay, you can sell the food in front of the hotel. I support you. You can deliver and everything. I support you. But don't sell anything like the other mom and pop shops nearby. Because if Dusit come up with khao krapao, I think, the mom and shops nearby would have a problem. So we need to understand what we can sell in order not to impact the others during the time as well. So I think this is actually what I mentioned. It's automatic what we do within the Brahmavihara, ใช่ไหมคะ 4. What I do. So when I practice this Buddhist principle, I'm actually not start with, okay, what I can do with metta, what I can do with ubekha, what I can do with viriya and some other stuff. I just do it on the inside of the way we're doing things. And when we look back and we reflect, those actually the principle. So therefore, if you have Lord Buddha's and his, the teach in your heart, it's not going to be, going away. You would constantly remind yourself on what to do always, and that's helped me. And so that is actually one thing that I use. And not only that, because if I only use this principle, the Brahmavihara 4, it's probably not going to survive because my other stakeholders probably not agree with me, as I mentioned, right? The shareholder might feel that, no, Superji, you sell the food, it's probably not going to give you much, and I'm actually have to pay for the payroll for 200, 300 million a month. So the other principle that I'm also using is the 4 base of spiritual power, IBSC. I start with passion, obviously. The first one, Chanta, I like to make sure that I'm actually very clear of what I want to do. And I'm actually very confident that if we're doing this, we will take, the teams go through all these situations and challenges. So if you have a clear passion, if you have a clear aspiration, then you will never give up. So that is actually where I line myself on this kind of principle. So I never attach myself to the outcome. I never feel that, if I do this, then this must happen. Because, there would be a lot of factors coming to our process and our life that would not justify to get that result that you wish for. So I don't, really look into that result. I would look into the presence. I would look into what I can do with a clear passions and aspiration, which is actually the first principle of this 4 base of spiritual power, IBSC. And obviously, viriya and effort, I put every inch of myself to ensure that we can make it happen. Lead by example, be as a role model for the staff. So when we sell some noodles in front of the hotels, I also was there with them. when we doing some other activities, we even grow rice ourselves because we cannot afford to buy much of a rice to feed all the staff when we don't have revenue. We have space, so therefore we grow rice ourselves. I was in the rice field with my staff. So those are the things that I showing the effort, Virya, to ensure that I lead with example, so they would also feel that we are, the same team, the same group of people who sharing the same passion and objective. The other thing is, of course, because of all these things that happening, I thought that the situation will last for maximum a year, and it's become 2 years, become 3 years, and even now we still, as a country, cannot recover to the level prior to COVID. So I then need to ensure that I have also citta, to make sure that we have a mindfulness, inner peace, being distracted by all these, situation, but we have a very determinations that this is actually the way it's going to be. So we're trying to do our best for that. And obviously, the Vimansa, I always do self-reflection, doing the investigation, whether what we have done is good enough or some flaws that we need to fix. So those are the things that, as I said, I don't wake up in the morning and say, today believe. When it's inside you, you do it, automatically, and you do it, on the. I'm not suggesting that, I myself, that today I'm only do Promihansi, the other day I do Itibasi. It's all integrated, right? And at the end of the day, the very important also, the other thing that I always believe is the starting point of everything is the noble of the Eightfold Ways or Eightfold Path, all right, Mak path, which is actually something that if we start right, everything that go along will be right as well. And so therefore, to wrap around the personal experience in the business and management, I've done this as a living every day, all right? I probably, did not do this as much when I was, the younger, but this day I think if without this, I would be like, the person who has no guidance. Is in a very deep hole, you still can smile. I said that because of this, because of this inner peace that we know. Not only I do it myself, I also try to do it with my staff as well. I encourage them to practice. I even the sharing the practice as the leader through the leadership executive community, that I would like to also ensure that even though we are just a small little boat there, I'm actually not suggesting that I'm a very big powerful people in the country, but I'm doing in the role that I can. I start with the impact that I can create, and I'm sure that there would be quite a few followers. So that is actually what I practice every day. And as I said again, I never attach to the outcome. So whatever happen, if I do my best at my present time, whatever happen is going to be the faith and something that would happen, and that is actually helped me go through. So this is pretty much the principle that I'm actually carry. And if I like to leave, to the venerable monks and peoples in the room, I actually have 3 tips that I do, every day in order for me to keep myself intact to the principle that I share with you. The first one is I never stop learning. I always, trying to seek some sort of advice from, many principal, because I've always believed that, the success in the past does not determine the way forward in the future, because as you all know now that the world change and shift, so I like to still learn every day, and no one actually too smart to learn. So I even learn from my sons. I learn from my staff, my subordinate, during, as I mentioned just now, about the example of the situation during COVID. There would be, a lot of ideas from my staff. The food selling in front of the hotel is one. The other thing that I'm actually very touched and I like to share with you is also about the housekeeping team. Because we have no guests, so therefore we have no work for the housekeeper to do. So what they said, Superji, we don't have hotel to clean, but we have other opportunity. So what they've done is they offer the housekeeping activities to the residences or the condominiums and staff who really look for Dusit standard kind of hospitality. Become my other business because we keep a lot of people during the time, so therefore we have to offer in the industry right now, because the industry right now have lack of labor because of the situation that during the crisis the industry let go people. So my housekeeper offer the services outside and become my new business. The other they came to me and said, Kun Supaji, I can also do it. I said, what can you do? They're actually in the laundry department. They're saying that, oh, Kun Supaji, we don't have guests, so I don't have anything to do. I don't have anything to clean. So what they have done is they offer laundry to others. So they went out in the public, provide the leaflet and saying that we offer laundry services to all. And now it's become my business. So I use the model to cluster all the laundry requirement for my hotels. In Bangkok, I have about 10 hotels, both what I own and I manage in the brand of Dusit, as I mentioned, the trend brands. What I've done is now, because of that idea, I consolidate the volume of laundry of the linens, which is actually a heavy laundry, and the curtains and everything. Instead of each hotel invest themselves, we don't need to do that anymore. We work with the outside party in order for us to consolidate the volume and also get the lower cost. Or that suppliers who work with me say, Supaji, let's joint venture. You give me quite a lot of volume, let's do it for others as well. So right now, we will come up with a laundry business that we offer to the other hotels, not only Dusit, and also to all the residences. So, as I mentioned, it's not from me. All right, I actually redefine a little bit about their input, but it's come from them. So to me, even if I'm the group CEO, I still learn every day of all this. So don't underestimate the ideas of the subordinate or the younger, generation. Like I said, I learned a lot from my sons. And not only learn, you need to do as well. So I did practice quite a lot, and I can say that, before I come to this room, I also pray. I pray every day. I pray, and today I pray harder than before, because I actually have to be in front of a lot of wisdom in the room. So I must ensure that I speak the right thing. I hope so far I did okay. So I did pray, and I did meditation as well. And when I talk about meditation, I'm not sure about the experts in the room, because I'm sure that everyone in the room is actually very good in meditation and vipassana. So what I do, the objective of me doing meditation is not only to address my inner turmoils of everything that are happening, but also the external situations that you cannot control as well. And the difficulties of the meditators, to me, is that it's very difficult for us to apply what we learn when we close our eyes and when we face to, the forget about what we learn, the peace and the sati, the mindfulness that we get from that meditation. And have all this focus. Run, and right now I'm old, so I not run fast, so I walk fast instead. I also during my running exercise. I saw quite a lot of people when they run or they're doing this walk, they have their earphone to listen to something which is actually good. I'm not suggesting that it's not good because people have different kind of preference. To me, I not listen to anything. I just want to be with myself, and then I think I get a lot, from what during the times that I walk and I run. So that is something that I, did as well and doing every day. So it's like continuous learning, practice, and obviously sharing. To me, sharing is like sharpening the saw all the time, because you cannot share something to others if you not really understand or you didn't do it yourself. You cannot keep lying to others all the time. If you're not doing yourself, like, if I'm not a runner, I cannot share with you really, because it's not real. So therefore, when we share to the people, we need to ensure, and also it's sharpening our thought process to make sure that when we sharing, our message is actually understandable and simple enough for people to digest. There's a from Robert Einstein. I'm not sure whether you have heard. He said that if you cannot explain simply enough, you don't understand it well enough. So therefore, sharing to me ensure that we can deliver the right message to others. So that is my everyday, practice that I doing this to share with you how I keep those, the principle of Buddhist inside of me. The other thing is about community collaboration and engagement. I always believe that in this world we cannot grow by ourselves, we cannot live by ourselves. We still need to sometimes have inner peace with ourselves, but also we need to collaborate with others. And if you connect to the communities, and like these communities and the other communities, there are always some, good things happening, because we consolidate the good thought, the wisdom among these communities, and ensure that we select the methods that are going to impact to something. Like this day, I actually the very focus on sustainability, as I mentioned to you at the very beginning slide that the challenge that we are facing is about environmental issue. So I will working on the activities with the community to support this the environmental issue, so we can help address those. And I always believe that even though, as I said, I'm actually not a powerful person, actually not have those titles, big titles and anything, but I actually never give up on doing anything in my power. If I can make impact to 2 people, I will be very happy to do that. If I can create an impact to 3 or 4 or 5, I'm actually going to be very content and very happy. Just that every day, I'm actually create a positive impact just for one soul. I would be very, very appreciative of the day, that I spend the day wisely. So therefore, when I talk and share to others, I said, when you select to do some activities on initiative, don't give up and say that, we just can do this much. It's not going to impact anything. These little things that you do every day, when consolidates with the good mind of people around you, the community around you, it would help create an impact for sure. So don't really underestimate a small impact or the big impact. And last but not the least, as I work in the technology for so many years, as I mentioned to you, my actually the determination is to much ensure that I embrace technology all the time, as I share with you. In fact, today, my opening statement is actually come from ChatGPT, because I'm actually not sure what I can address you. I cannot just come in and say, "Good afternoon, monks." It's going to be very rude. So I asked, what can I address you as a prestige individual in the room? They said, "Good afternoon, venerable." Did I make it right? So that is actually where, you can learn a lot from ChatGPT. And this is actually can help you as well. Engage with all this technology, help enable you. As I mentioned at the very beginning, technology won't replace you. People who use technology will replace you. So if you equip yourself and enable yourself with all this technology, so I will come to the end, and this is actually also come from ChatGPT. To me, everything starts from ourselves. If we have a good, inner peace, we would actually have the passion and ability to support others. So that is actually from my thought process. And I'm going to read, what I'd like to conclude today. And this is actually, as I said, from ChatGPT. But ChatGPT cannot come up with this without my prompt. So therefore, I have to take some credit that it is the prompt that I created. So I said, as we come to an end of my sharing today, I would like to also emphasize that while our vision at IBSC, I need to address to Pa'ajan too, to be the world leading center of Buddhist education, providing comprehensive and in-depth study of Buddhism without sectarian bias. I would also like to leave with you today, in addition to the vision that focuses your role as monks and educators is pivotal in this journey. By sharing and embodying the principle of mindfulness, compassion, and inner peace, you offer your dedication to spreading Buddhist wisdom is not just a service to individuals, but to the entire world. Together, we can serenity and resiliency amidst the chaos. Thank you for your unwavering commitment to this noble cause. May your efforts continue to inspire and uplift all beings. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So on behalf of all the IBSC executives, academic staff and officers, I would like to express our sincere thanks to Kun Supachi Suthampan for sharing us with her insights and experience from hospitality business and how she managed to cope up with Buddhist teachings and apply in her business as well. And I believe that today's talk has inspired many of us in understanding and practicing Buddhism. Copying it might be a big sin for you. So thank you very much. So next I would kindly invite to kindly give our once again, thank you for our guest speaker. Once again. Okay, so I think that's it for our guest speaker today from Kun Supatji Sutampan. She's also CEO of Dusit International, the CEO of Dusit International with many businesses. I think next session will be for the introduction of our academic staff, officers from different divisions of IBSC as well. So can we have the staff prepared? So I think almost all Ajahns, academic staff and officers are available here in this room today. So can I ask our staff to please share the slides? Preparing. If someone needs any breaks, it's already available in front of this room, so you can help yourself. So without further ado, let's see a chart of our IBSC executives. So due to we have a very short time here in constraint, I will just let also this afternoon he was here with us. He just left right now. So first one is our most venerable Professor Dr. Prameti Vacharabandit, or Venerable Ajahn Hansa Tamahaso, the first one. He's the director of the director of International Buddhist Studies College. So he's the main leader or the boss of IBSC. Let's say. And next we have Venerable Ajahn Pramaha Sompong Kunakaro, Assistant Professor. Dr. Ajahn, can you please stand? He's the Vice Director for Research and Innovation, and also the Director of MA in Religion and Philosophy International Program, which is new program. Next we have Venerable Ajahn Mahavirasak Apinandaveti, Doctor. So he's also one of the Vice Director and is responsible for Vipassana meditation. Director of PhD in Innovative Mindfulness and Peace Studies. Next we have Associate Professor Dr. Konit Sitong, Vice Director for Plan and Policy and Academic Affairs. Next is Dr. Sakchai Sakabucha, Vice Director for Administration. I think he's outside. And next will be for the team of Bachelor of Arts in Buddhist Studies program. So without further ado, I would like to give this stage to Ajahn Venerable Dr. Nguyen Anton to please speak something for 3 minutes. 3 minutes on behalf of the Director of BA program.
Respected to Most Venerable Pramaha Sompong Kunakaro, Vice Director of IBSC, the Professor, Vice Director of IBSC, and the lecturers of IBSC, and all of the Venerable Sir, the newcomer of IBSC. So on behalf of the Director, lecturers, and staff of Bachelor about in majoring students, but also the MA, PhD, and the Mindfulness Master. Totally, we have 7 programs in our IBSC. So we'd like to welcome you all to our family that we call IBSC MCU. As our rector of MCU and the director of IBSC always mention about our IBSC, they usually told something like IBSC is not for IBSC is for all of the people, all the students, Buddhist monks, nuns, even you are the lay Buddhists and the non-Buddhist people around the world. So feel free to start your educational journey of our college and enjoy life. Study college. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ajahn Dr. Nguyen Antuan, the Program Director of BA in Buddhist Studies. Along with his team, we still have Ajahn Yuken, Ajahn Nemin, and Ajahn Sakchai as well. So we'll be moving forward. Okay, so these are the lecturers for I think if Ajahn Neminda, you're here, please stand up to show. Thank you very much, Ajahn Neminda. Next we have Venerable Dr. Yugen sharing, lecture in Buddhist studies. Next, Ajahn Dr. Sakchai Sakabucha. He's also one of the vice director as well. And Ajahn Dr. Natapat Ampan, so he's not here today. And next will be for the program Master of Arts in Buddhist Studies and Doctor of Philosophy in Buddhist Studies. So without further ado, I would like to welcome Ajahn Assistant Professor Dr. Nantakorn Piyapani, the Director of MA in Buddhist Studies, to share some words to greet our student. Ajahn, I would like you to talk something to your students around 3 minutes, Ajahn.
Hey, how could I say? The first words, what could I say? Okay, good afternoon, right? This is the first words, should I say. And how all of you? All of you okay? Yeah, I am as the director of Master of Art program. Pleased to see all of you here. This year, this academic session was so surprise for me. To be right here. This is very important one. So, as my experience, the first thing that all of you stay here, that you have to learn is the Thai culture, right? The Thai culture, how to this is very necessary. So what you should do, what you should practice on the way, and all your some word to say here, because in the modern time, the most venerable Brahmapundit, the chairman of ICDVA-BU and the former rector of MCU, he have mentioned one term, chanta. Supriji also mentioned the chanta, right? Among the Itipada 4, she has mentioned wish or a will. This is the real meanings of chanta. Term that very related to the meanings of the chanta, that particularly the people misunderstood this meaning. Tanha, desire. Tanha and desire. Some Buddhist scholar in some country misunderstood that if we have no desire, have no tanha, how can we do the job? How can we find a job? How can we earn the money if without desire, the tanha? But exactly, it should cultivate it or develop it because this is bad condition or bad state of mind. But the thing that we should develop is chanta. So that's getting to the word that I said, a journey of 1,000 miles begin with the first step. The first step here is chanta, wish or a will. So now here, this is the first step of you are. Why I mentioned this is the first step. Very your chanta, I will promote and support all of you to gain your goal, to gain the last step, the step of success. So thank you very much for being here, and also choose IBSC MCU, that the best college or the best university in Buddhist study. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Assistant Professor Dr. program. We have 3 minutes, Ajahn.
Vice directors, all venerables, faculty members, and all of the students today. Today I'm so happy. My feelings right now is so overwhelmingly happy because I think this is the first year that we need that additional chairs, right? There's a lot of students that is enthusiastic to study many faculties that available, okay? To study many programs that available in IBSC. As you all know that we do not have only a Buddhist studies program, we also have the peace, and then we also have the philosophy, okay, religion and philosophy program. Also we have the what we call the very good program is in peace and peace study, mindfulness and peace studies. Okay, it's quite long for me. Okay, okay, let's go back to the. Well, as we are here, we are gathering not only the lecturers and faculty members and students, new students, and it's just come. It means that we also have some students from my program. Yeah, he studied on the PhD studies, and he newly enrolled to some of the certificates, something like that. So each of you are holding with roles. Okay. So today, I need to tell you guys that there will be just only 2 days that most important to your life, to your student life. The first day, can you guess, is today, the orientation day. And can you guess the second day that most important to your life? Of course, the graduation day, right? It's the very beautiful day where we hang around at the, convocation hall and be there in order to convey the highly appreciate to your successful. So the point today is that I have only one point to emphasize for you. That is the goal. Why are you coming here? What is your goal? I believe that each of student, okay, each of the program have different aims. Some of you come here to collect the knowledge. Actually, we discussed yesterday, right? Yeah, we met it, and I did some in-depth interview to my students, and it comes up with a lot of ideas. Some of them come here to share. Some of them come here to get the degree. That is good. Some of them really? Yes. What is your goal? You know, if I say goals, this is a plural form, right? You may have more than one goals. Some of you come only one goal. It doesn't matter. But I will ask you once again is that, what if you prioritize your goal to be only one? What is it? Okay. Ajahn Nandakon mentioned that he he trusts on you, right? You promise him to do this and that. So I need you guys to keep your promise. Can you remember back in the day that we was interviewing for admission? What have you said to us? Ajahn, I will graduate quickly, 2 years, 3 years. Okay, you need to keep your words. Okay, something like that. Then he is the great teacher of all, amongst the teachers and among the humans and deities. Okay, he can teach not only the humans but the deities as well. So the Buddha said this. So the Buddha says about the darkness in the darkness, Tama Sutta. Yeah, in the Tipitaka, it's in the Anguttara Nikaya, book number 2, Jatukadipada, the 4 groups, the group of 4, the page number 85. Okay, the Buddha says about the group of peoples in this world. He said that Jattaro me pikave pukla, santo sangvachamana lokasming, katame jattaro, tamo tamat parayano, tamo shoti. Darkness, and the last kind, the light bound. As darkness mean those people who may not know about the teachings of the Buddha, who have low in wisdom or any kind, something like that, and the people who have equipped with wisdom. This is said by the Buddha that 4 kinds of people are available. In the same way, there are 4 kinds of people in IBSC. Here, the first kind is the student with low wisdom. Those students with low knowledge do not know this, do not know that. They don't know about the definition of peace and so on. Whereas the light, it means another group of people another group of students have higher wisdom. They can chant Tipitaka and so on. So among the 4 groups, the first group of the student is the student with low wisdom and not to be graduate, cannot graduate. They will lose everything. They will throw everything 4 or 5 or 6 years into the garbage and restart the new life. Some of them died, something like that. This is the first group. The second group is the same kind, the same level of knowledge student, but with great effort. At the end of the way, after 2 years, 4 years, they will graduate. At the end, cannot graduate. And the fourth kind, smart goal, very smart and very, good knowledge student, and they can graduate. Among the four groups, what kind of student you are? It's really no matter who you are. What is who you want to be? Your goal, okay, to graduate within your expected plan. Don't worry, because we have a lot of knowledgeable people. We have a lot of ajahns who can guide you all the way through, okay. And this is all for my point today. Please remember this day, okay. That is the convocational ceremony, okay, and see you there. Thank you very much, everyone.
Of PhD Buddhist Studies. So let's move on to our next as well as PhD as well. So from the MA, I think I would like to call upon Ajahn Mechi, right? Ajahn Mechi Narumon to please say something to our new students for a few minutes.
Respect to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, and also all venerable, and also everyone. First of all, I would like to say congratulations to you all that you passed the BA, MA, PhD exam to be a student. It's not about you choose. It's not about we choose you to be a student, but it's about you choose us IBSC to be a student, to study here. And for the innovative mindfulness and background as Kun Supaji, I study MA program in USA, Virginia Tech, in Washington DC, I think 20 years ago. But at that time, I also faced the pandemic as well. It's during the one, but maybe if you are generation C, you don't know about this. But if generation XY or baby boomer, you can know about this. But at that time, I also stay in the apartment that near Pentagon City that get hit by the airplane. And I recognize that the mindfulness is very, very important for us. And after that, I start study about the Buddhist. But after I finish the MA program, MBA program, I don't want to study anymore. So I become a nun for 13 years. But my master asked me to study PhD program here in IBSC. And I think IBSC is very knowledgeable place that after you graduate, like as associate day, that what you would like to do. In my opinion, I think Pariyat, Patibat, Pativet is very, very important for you all. And you need to go for the meditation as well, including the knowledgeable in the classwork as well. And anything that you would like to consult us, please feel free to ask us. And I'm not sure who is the one who study the innovative mindfulness program and peace study. Please raise your hand. Okay, a lot. Okay, and what about the Buddhist study? Please raise your hand. Buddhist study. And the rest of that is what? Philosophy. You got. In case you would like to move to innovative mindfulness. because because we also to get the partner. Like last 2 months, I go to Harvard University. So coordinate with the innovative mindfulness program in Canada. So you can learn a lot about this program. And anyway, please feel free to contact me if you have any questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ajahn Dr. Machi Naramon Chiwatanasuk, Director of MA in Innovative Mindfulness and Peace Studies. I hope so we come back to Ajahn Dr. Pramahawirasak Apinantaweti, Director of PhD in Innovative Mindfulness and Peace Studies. So please welcome Ajahn and share a few things, few words with our students for 2 or 3 minutes.
Respected to the administrator, lecturer, and staff, and also good afternoon, everyone. I'm so happy to be here and to see you here as IBSC students. According to Ajahn Mechi said, we are from Innovative Mindfulness and Peace Study Program. Actually, we revised. So, many students ask what is the Innovative Mindfulness and Peace Study Program. Actually, we try to integrate mindfulness with the modern science. So this is our program. For being IBSC student in MCU, I would like to suggest 3 F model. First is the focus. The first F is the focus. Just focus on your study and focus on yourself, on your study. Some students, MA or a PhD, they just study in the coursework, and after that, everything is finished and go back to country, and then they never come back once again to come to Thailand. Everything is finished. So you have to focus and have to set your goal as according to Ajahn Sanu mentioned. And the second F is fun and flexible. IBSC, MCU, sometimes you feel serious, and suffering with reading the book, a lot of assignments. Sometimes you have to relax and fun with the small thing, with whatever which can help you to feel free and feel flexible. So this is the second F. And the last one is sorry, I forget it. One is friendship. Yeah, the last one is friendship with the lecturer, with your friend. It's important because we are MTV University. We are MTV college. MTV not music channel. MTV is stand for and Vajrayana. So this is the MTV bit. I would like to give warm welcome you all to be IBSC family. And the last, I would like to remind you all with the quote of our director. Okay, come to learn and live to serve. That's all for me. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Ajahn Dr. Virasak Apinantaweti, Director of PhD Innovative Mindfulness and Pre-Studies Program. Let's move on to Ajahn Dr. Natapang Phophaijit, lecturer, and also I think she's Director of Certificate Program of Mindfulness Master. So
Respected Phra Mahasompong Kunakaro, Assistant Professor, and also Mahasangha and Bhikkhuni Mashi, and welcome all students who enroll in any courses at IBSC this semesters. So as some of our lecturer has already introduced, that we have eight programs here, and it is very fortunate that Prajan Hansa give me an opportunity this semester to take care of Mindfulness Master Program, and I would like to welcome all of you to this program. And for me, I think everyone here come with a very good soul, good mind, happy mind, and you choose us. I think IBSC is a platform for everyone to connect to each other, provide you at the end of the year. IBSC arranged annual meditation course, 15 days. So I highly recommend and invite everyone to join because we encourage mindfulness practice, not only pariyatti, also patipatti. And we can, when you come here, you come to learn. And when you go out, when you graduate, you go out to serve, right? So in order to be able to serve other people, we also need to practice and accumulate the good karma, the good action, the wholesome minds. And we provide the annual meditation retreat. So for this year, it will be 23rd of November. And we also extend to 1 month until 23rd of December. And we provide food accommodation for everyone and Vipassana master. And we will have Dhamma talk and meditation interview. So this is what I would like to invite you to join, and I wish you the best luck in your study. Be happy and be successful in your study and in your life. Thank you very much.
thank you very much, Ajahn Dr. Natapang Phophaijit, lecturer and also the Director of Certificate in Mindfulness.
Thank you so much to select IBSC for your education or your knowledge. Can I say that actually this is the first day, but I need you to remember this day. Then the last day, graduation day. So actually every people have the purpose to do everything. So I hope, I think also you have the goal to come before coming here. with the new society. So that's, I think that you are going to face this one. What you expect. So that's because of the first purpose that I expect that how to improve English. The first one. The second one, not only the knowledge, but experience. Experience this means every places that they have the different culture, but how to live the life, learn from them. Then when you turn back to your country, you can get that experience to teach your people in your country. This is, you should learn from here also that you might think that it's might a difference and difficult to learn. The third thing, the last one for you. University, this university totally different from the other university. To practice, but you have to take the action. So as we study here, master BA student have to practice. A master degree have to pass it 30 days. PhD also have to practice meditation 45 days. If you never practice, you cannot qualify, get qualification from not from IBSC, but from university. The new way for students who try to learn about how to criticize and how to use the reason. How to take action. To finish all the class in time. I hope that, how many students here? 180, that I know, I hope. So the last day also, I hope to see you 180, the same number. Thank you so much. And welcome you all to here.
Thank you very much, Assistant Professor Dr. Mahachulalongkormrajavidyalaya, the Program Director of MA in Religion and Philosophy. And I would also like to please, Professor Frank, I would also like you to please stand up to let our students see. Okay, so this Professor Dr. Frank J. Hoffman is also one of the faculty members. Ajahn Professor Dr. Sorat Hongadarom, who is also one of the members of this program as well. So all of these are from MA in Religion and Philosophy program. So let's move on to our new program as well, Master of Arts in Buddhist Studies program. So I would like to welcome Ajahn Assistant Professor Dr. Anun Anando, the Program Director of MA in Buddhist Studies Chinese program, to say a few words.
Brahmapundit and all lecturer. May I use พรรษา and 学硕士的中文课程呢，就是我们已经努力 学习这个课程，让大家因为这个课程能成功会比较晚，所以我们这个招生的时间呢也会比较晚，只有1个月的时间来招生，所以我们现在我们的学生大部分都是在这个在网络在里面，大部分都是在中国。在1个月的时间，我们这个报名的学生也算是蛮多的啊，就跟那个在线的同学。经典也有南传，也有北传，还有这个南北传做这个经典的比较研究，还有后面的我们有很多的选修课，有这个中观唯识，还有南传佛教，东南亚南传佛教史，还有这个泰国佛教史等等都大家如果有兴趣的话，就在这个网上可以查查看啊。那我这个。本科、硕士也有博士，在英文班还有这个中文班，在一起在这边参加这个开学典礼啊，这个很难得的。我这个中文呢，已经毕业回来了10多年了，那么有时候有用，有时候没用。那么如果大家听懂是正常的，如果听不懂是无常的哈。希望大家到这边来学习的时候呢，就希望大家互相尊重，互相学习。有一些课是有这个英文课的，大家可以来旁听啊。如果有中文课，大家有兴趣也可以来旁听，都欢迎大家来听一听。我们主要的这个教室课程呢，就是在我们这一栋楼的4楼，也可以到那边来参加来旁听啊。那么最后这边也祝大家身体健康，学习进步，还有祝大家这次来求学一切都很顺心完成，一切圆满。谢谢大家。
Thank you very much, Ajahn Assistant Professor Dr. Brahmapundit. Unfortunately, I couldn't understand Chinese, so I couldn't translate for you. Maybe someone can help me. Okay, we still have 2 more lecturers from this program. Ajahn Dr. Paul Kumpai, who is one of the lecturers of this new program. He's not here today. Program details for the new program of MA in Buddhist Studies in Chinese program. Okay, I think these are the team members from the certificate program. I think I have introduced them all. So we will be focusing on more into our academic team. So I think we have all known who the lecturers, who the program directors are. Now you need to know these people who are very important for everyone. So you can remember your directors, lecturers, but you cannot forget them. So if you need any help, any support for your visa, your grades, whatsoever, they are the one who will be your support in each programs. Okay, so this is academic team. So I would like to turn over this microphone to Kun Arachon, who will be introducing each of one of them. So please take your seat on the stage.
We are the one who supported you for facilitate you or facilitate college. And this is the team of the academic such as visa, your or other, you should to direct to your coordinator. First one, may I introduce Phra Barami Nandadamiko. This is our head, this is our director of the academic affairs, acting director of the academic affairs. If you have your problem, at our IBSC office, the second floor. Next, Phra Kantitatto. Bullard, Pamaha Bullard, this is the one Chaiwat Harasan. This is the one of who responsible to MARP or religion and philosophy. You can direct to him. This is Phra Chi Wu Fa. He responsible with MA in Buddhist studies in Chinese program. You can direct to him. And Phra Tawan Sipun, he is most necessary person because he is the registrar of us. About the grade or the graduation of you, he have to support and responsible with this. Phra Maharapi Pong Thai On, he is the one of representative of the students or the volunteers, internship student for this year. Phra Pasit Gon, the one of the internship student for this year. Oh, who's this? This is me, Orachon Marcia. You can call me Fluke. I'm responsible with the certificate in mindfulness master program. If you have questions, you can direct to me. I'm responsible not only my program. If any students have questions, you can direct to me too. I'm available daily at 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. workday. Okay. This is one of our team, Mr. Natakit Udompon. He is responsible in the IBSC too. This is Mr. Pern Dao Pradit. He is the MOU person doing about MOU or agreement, any agreements. And Phra Maha Sirivat Suwanatrai or Phra Maha Sirivat Awut Panyavutto. He is the one of our team. Phra Maha Somsak Siri Warapanyo, he is the one of our team too and now responsible with the statistics. So now on we will going to the administrative affairs or the college team. Start from Ms. Suchida Mipian. She is the director of the administrative of the college. To Mr. Wutimenget Wangkam, he is the vice director of this. And this is Ms. Sirinat Pimsana or Pipin. She is responsible with the financial. She is the finance of IBSC. You a lot of the students will know her because you have to go and payment your tuition fee that. And this is the one too, the financial, Miss Nathanan Ket Pratum. And this is Mr. Virod, he responsible with our IBSC staff. Okay, this is the academic calendar that maybe I thought your program coordinator will send you directly into your group or email. If you would like to know about the information or deeply information, you can go through IBSC website, www.ibsc.mcu.ac.th to searching more and make understanding about more deeply details. This is the online general request form. I would like to suggest about this. I will start from now. This is the visa procedure. So now on, if we start the semester in August, we will open the online form for the general request form. You can use e-form instead of in will issue again and send the link. So now on, you can request into e-form, online form, and we will send you for survey, visa survey for checking your okay, this is the format or the form, the example of the form. If we send you a link, you have to check in this and please fill all the blanks. This is a requirement for your visa. If you have some more questions deeply, you have to direct to your program coordinator, and please make appointment before 2 or 3 days in work days and work out if you want to extension visa or renew visa. Okay. This is all form, e-form. Nowadays, we have more modern and use more electronic ways. So you have to use this to be provided to facilitate you. You can use this form and you can direct to your program coordinator. For dormitory, the newest student, if you would like to asking for dormitory, you can direct to me or you can make appointment with your program coordinator. But now to may I get the first benefit for monk first, because the dormitory have not many space, not many free rooms. Okay. The facility is this. Please have a free time and find some free days. You can walk around of IBSC building 1 and building 2. We have the library supported, and we have the more modern classroom to support you. And this is the one of the program that all students must be finished and complete this, because it is the new one of the requirement of the student who would like to graduate. This is yearly program, the annual meditation. We will provide for 15 or 30 days around November until December. Let us issue you again and update you again that day. This is the complaint form or the form for suggestion. We are so delighted if you have a best suggestion. You can please feel free to use this form. We will develop and read all. Okay, so all for me. Thank you so much for spending your time, and don't worry about asking your coordinator program. If you have any questions and you have
Any suggestion, please direct to your coordinated program or me. Thank you so much for today. ขอบคุณค่ะกราบนมัสการค่ะ
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Orachon, for sharing about different requirements that students need to fulfill. And I think we have come to the very end of today's orientation program. So without further ado, I would like to take opportunity to kindly invite Most Venerable Professor Dr. Brahmapundit, Director of International Buddhist Studies College, to deliver a closing remark and end our today's orientation ceremony. Venerable Sir.
I, on behalf of the administrator, lecturer, staff, would like to thank you all once again who give us a chance to be here. No coincidence in terms of Buddhism. We are all used to be one family so far. Used to be sister, brother. And now it is a remarkable time for us to come to live together. Take more time to practice together. 3 words I would like to remind you. Attention to follow you might think about education. There are 2 kinds of education. The first one, outer education. Used to learn ethics, science. You know more everything around. To bring you seek inside forest. That one we call inner education. In terms of Buddhism, we call Sikha. Sikha comes from Pali language. learn how to understand. Learn how to understand mind and body. That's why we have to learning outer education we call pariyatti. Practice is one way who is the real Buddha. One way to understand is through practice. When you practice again and again, eventually you will seek the Buddha lying inside your mind. Eventually you will be able to seek true happiness lying inside your mind. Because Buddha we go to the third word we call sharing or karuna. Sharing whatever you know. Sharing whatever you have more experiences from doing. Remind us to practice. But whenever we achieve true happiness, it's the time for 45 years to go somewhere to deliver true happiness to those who suffer. Now, our world is facing many crises. There are too many people who suffer because of materialism, consumerism, conflict, and war. So what about disciples of the Buddha? They are waiting for you. There are too many people who suffer waiting for you at this moment. Let's go back to your country. Give us a chance to get more parami from you all. And I do hope that all the time when you being here, we all like a one family. We are the family of the Buddha who have to serve each other, who have to assist each other in order to bring you all to know whatever you will. Sit,
Please,
sit,
please.
sit.
take a seat.
Sawakato Bhagavata Dhammo Sangham Namami.
So now we will be taking a group photo together. So please, all the lecturers.
Where? Downstairs?
Uh,
Yes, I think it's not enough for that.
where do you want to take the picture? I think we'll, Ajahn, you can stay in front.
Yeah, yeah.
ได้ครับหมดไหม